Hello and welcome to Dirt Farmer Bytes. I am Katy and joining me today is Wende.
Hi everybody, welcome.
And before we talk about the new farm today, we would all just like to wish our fellow dirt farmer Eric and hope he gets well soon. I know he's been
Yeah,
reading the posts we've had in our Ask the Dirt Farmer group and appreciates all the messages of support and prayers that everyone have been sending to him.
yes, get well soon. Dirt Farmer Eric, we love you. Everybody loves Dirt Farmer Eric. He is the best. He's at home. We just saw him in our chat and he just posted a cute little picture of his baby girl,
I was going to say, got
Kimchi.
cuddling Kimchi.
So he is on the mend, but continued prayers for Eric.
Yes, good. Get well soon, Eric. So, we're here to talk about the new farm again. God, they come around way too quickly for me. So it's called Alaskan Summer this time.
Yes, didn't we just do this? No. We're going to Alaska. Yes, Alaska in the summertime.
Seems a bit of a strange summer theme, but there we go.
It'll be great. Yes, I was lucky enough to spend some time in Alaska when I was with the airlines. I spent one summer flying nothing but Alaska all summer long. Oh boy, this was like in probably 90. Um, and then the good thing was the following summer I did the exact same thing, but I did all Hawaii. So, but it was my first time to Alaska. Was with the airlines, and yes, it is beautiful. It is this wilderness. It is gorgeous. I was blown away when I saw Alaska.
So
So
is it cold in the summer as well then?
yes, it's cold in the summer as well. And when I went there for the first time, like I said, it was in the summer, and I didn't bring a jacket because I figured, well, it's summer. And no, I froze to death. And one of the pilots had to give me his jacket, and I wore his jacket the whole layover, and he saved me. But yeah, it's cold. It's cold there even in the summer. We went my first trip there. We went to a glacier. It's called the Portage Glacier. There are glaciers everywhere. There are lakes and rivers everywhere, forests everywhere. One of the funniest things, though, I saw was uh, driving down the road. We would always rent a car, and driving down the road in Alaska, you see moose just on the side of the road. They're just walking around, the moose and the mama mooses and the daddy mooses and the babies. And I thought that was really cool. You have to watch where you're going. You'll run over them. They're walking around in Alaska. A lot of wildlife there. Yes.
I suppose the roads are a lot quieter too. There's less population and
Yes, very much less population, and it's just it's so scenic. It's one of those places everywhere you look, it's scenic. You're going to see mountains, you're going to see lakes, forests. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Our 49th state, Alaska.
I know my friend's parents have just been on a cruise to Alaska.
Oh yeah,
So I'm looking forward to hearing about that. I'm sure I will.
yes. All right, when does this farm start?
Oh, early access is less than a week away. It's the 3rd of June. And obviously general access is 1 week later on the 10th. We're leveling up with Alaska points this time. Sounds like most of
All
the
right,
usual ones.
yes. Let's see, main buildable is the log mansion. Oh, yes. I've always wanted to live in a log mansion. This will be perfect. We'll get to build a log mansion with 9 levels and 3 parts, as usual.
That's fun. Have we seen the picture of that yet? Because they're on the site now, aren't they?
Yeah, and I was looking up the parts. Let's see, we're going to be asking for rooftop tiles, wooden poles, and wall stones. And yeah, this will be pretty. It's perfect for this setting.
Now,
All right, in the unwithering building is the Arctic greenhouse. Yeah, you probably need a greenhouse up there in the Arctic. Oh, it's going to require 974 Alaska coins. We'll, of course, be able to craft those in the crafting cottage, and you'll open up 30 presents, the final present being the unwithering.
and I think we can go with the bushel swap now if you want to get a head start on that one.
Yes, bushel swap is live. Yes. Sometimes it goes live on Friday. Sometimes we're really late and it goes live on Saturday. But this farm, we're lucky if you're a swapper. It is live now on Thursday. So that's great. I know tonight that's going to be the first thing I do when I go in. I'm going to start swapping.
Well, you see, I'm the one that waits till the farm's like 3 days old before I even think about taking some. Yes, and as for our next one, the crafting cottage, that's the Inuit cabin.
Okay, and an Inuit. I'll tell you what an Inuit is. An Inuit is the indigenous people of that region in the Arctic. They're the region of Alaska, Canada, and Greenland. They're the Inuit. We know them and think of them as Eskimos. So, but that's kind of the thought. They're Eskimos, but they prefer the word, of course, Inuit. Those are the original people that were there.
Does that have a meaning that we know of, or is it just the tradition behind?
I'm not sure, but I do know, I did read this. The Inuit people don't like the term Eskimo because Eskimo translated in their language means eater of raw meat, and they consider it a derogatory term.
Yeah.
So, learn something new every day. So, yeah, they prefer to be called the Inuit. I'm not sure exactly what that translates to, though. I could look that up.
Yeah, I might find out in a little bit then.
Oh, well, let me tell you this too. The crafting cottage, I was curious what all we were going to be making. You know how a lot of times in the crafting cottage we do food.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to baked Alaska. Have you ever had baked Alaska? They set their dessert on fire and all. Anyway, this crafting cottage is not food. We're making items. And I looked up, we're making items such as a totem pole. Wow, we'll get to make a totem pole, the woven grass platter, an Inuit shield. We'll be making ocean jewelry, an oxbow bracelet, a porcupine quill basket. That's kind of cool. And what was another one that caught my eye? Oh, we can craft an Inuit soul catcher. Ooh, I wonder what that does. Catch someone's soul. I could use one of those.
I know
So those
are decorations as well. Have a lot of totem fences and totem poles and things like that. So it's all on the theme.
Yes, and I was looking at the crops also. The crops are, oh boy, have you looked at the crop list? There is a whole bunch of unpronounceable words on there. It is crazy, some of the names of those crops, but some that I can pronounce are we'll be growing fireweed, pixie sage, totem melons, radiant orange. And but there's some interesting crops on there. Yeah.
So do you do the self-contained crafting?
I do. I take my time with it. I'm still working on the one of Morocco. I'm on the last animal. So I kind of go slowly and I don't stress it. But the self-contained, I do always do it because my goal is to beat every farm. So I am trying to beat every farm, and that's a requirement. So one more animal in Morocco. I've got quite a few on Jamboree. So self-contained for this farm is called the Nanook Stable. And the Nanook, I know everybody's probably heard that word before. Nanook is the master of all of the bears in the Inuit culture. And the master of all the bears is the polar bear. So Nanook is a term for this powerful bear. So we'll be doing self-contained crafting in the Nanook stable.
And the main feature is called Scouts Honor.
Oh,
Not too much info yet, although we do have a list for the tasks on site already for you to go and look at and see what things you need to start collecting.
okay. So we're going to be little scouts. We'll be like little Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or Ranger Scouts or Wilderness Scouts. And main feature is not something that I do. That's something you do, don't you?
Sometimes I have to say I passed on jamborees. The daily things
Okay.
get too much. And good news, I hope we're not seeing anything daily about this one. It's more of I think it's like a 1,000-point milestone. I'm trying to think which
Okay.
one it was. Was it Adele's
Oh,
Bistro? I think.
oh, right,
So it's
right.
just
Okay.
1,000 points, not every day.
Okay.
Hopefully. I mean,
Sounds good.
unless we find something else before Monday, but at the moment, nothing daily, nothing really nasty.
All right, good, good. And we have 3 characters. I love all 3 of these names. Okay, we've got Lily, and we've got Noah, and we've got Oliver. And I read a little bit of the story. Yes, sometimes I get into the storyline. So here's the story. These 2 kids, Lily and Oliver, are going to visit their grandfather who lives in Alaska for the summer. And Lily and Oliver are pretty disappointed because they wanted to spend their summer at a theme park. And instead, they're going to Alaska, and they're going to have to do like outside stuff and wilderness stuff. So you can kind of get that storyline from Quest 1 and Quest 2, which we have posted. So that's the story. They're visiting their grandfather in Alaska, and their grandfather is going to try to make it a fun summer for his grandchildren. It's kind of a cute story.
And we've got the usual variations of pens, animals, trees, buildings, and decos, which are all available on the website farmvilledirt.com already. So go and check it out.
Okay. Oh, should we give them a few fun facts about Alaska?
Oh yeah, of course we can.
Let's do. Okay. All right. Did y'all know Alaska accounts for 25% of the oil produced in the United States? Ooh. Now, this one's Katy's personal favorite. Alaska is the only state name that you can type on one row of a keyboard.
This is my favorite because I've been typing that word a lot with the site
Yeah.
this last week.
We've been typing Alaska over and over and over again. Look at it. It's one line of a keyboard. Isn't that interesting? Alaska is less than 50 miles from Russia. Let's see. The largest salmon ever caught was in Alaska, and it weighed 97 pounds. Oh my gosh, that's a big one. Okay, and here's all this wilderness I was talking about. There are more than 3,000 rivers and 3 million lakes in Alaska. The highest, I have seen this too, the highest peak in North America, Mount McKinley, which they don't call it Mount McKinley anymore. It's called Denali. But the highest mountain peak in North America is in Alaska, and it's called Denali. And that's beautiful. I've seen that from the airplane. Let's see if there's any others.
I'd imagine that a big mountain would be very hard to miss when you're flying in as well.
Yeah. So what was popular in that area up there at one point? You guys have probably all heard the Klondike Gold Rush. That was in the late 1800s, and there's gold in them there hills. That was up in Alaska in the Yukon Canadian area. It was the Klondike Gold Rush. And everybody's heard of the Iditarod dog sled race. I've always wanted to go to that. It starts out of Anchorage, and it's the sled dog race that's run every year, dog mushing. And they go on this long trail and then finish back up. And it's kind of cool to see the highlights of that every year. And let's see, here's one more. More than half of the world's glaciers can be found in Alaska. If you guys ever get a chance to go to Alaska, you've got to go. Because I saw my first glacier when I went, and it is a bluish color that you cannot even describe. I thought it was so pretty, and pictures really don't pick it up either. It is like a bright, vivid aquamarine blue, and they're so beautiful. But Alaska is a great place to visit.
Okay,
Any more you want?
covered everything now.
All right.
No, all done.
So we're getting ready for Alaska, and y'all stay up with me on Sunday night in the middle of the night, and we're going to go in and check out this new farm.
Okie dokie. Thanks for listening, everyone, and until next time, bye for now.
Bye.